Guys, sorry I couldn't be there tonight. Halloween's kind of a big deal at my house, so I thought I'd try to do a video here and share how much I've enjoyed being part of the class. Learned a lot about GPS, more than I thought I needed to know. And I was pleased to go doing the field trips. I didn't think they were going to be that interesting, but it turns out they were very interesting. Especially coming across the snake as we were walking around. Turns out that's an eastern racer, a very non-venomous snake. Not very, but non-venomous. And I really wanted to find out how far we ended up walking that day, so I built a GIS to track what it was. I got the satellite imagery in the background. I did lines between all of our points. I geo-photo tagged all my pictures that I took. Here, ArcGIS has a tool for that. And then I actually, at the office, we have access to pipeline information. So I found out that the Houston pipeline cuts right through that Coastal Center. And all that there, and all the Hillcorp wells were also placed there. And thinking of the wells, I had to go back and look up what that, since they replaced the jack pump, that blue device that was out there, turns out it was a gas lift pump. So they blow bubbles down, and the bubbles bring the fluid up. I also enjoyed the Long Point field trip, spotting all the places where subsidence had happened over the years in the houses. Here's the HCC campus where we started, and we went off this way. I drive this intersection every day and found a hump that happens there, and I believe it must be because of subsidence. Following this down, this actually goes right near my house, and funny enough, it goes right through a Schlumberger building right here too. So I live right there. So that was a fun field trip. It was good to see the fault activity being measured, and I hope to also participate in a drone photogrammetry some work with Matthew to capture this with a drone. So I already started up here, so it's going to take a few weekends to collect that. It's going to be fun. Report on figuring out the differences and similarities between GPS and the Beidou system. Was really interested. I'm glad to find out that the problem about urban canyons and the angle of being blocked is actually being decreased by the total number of satellites, whether it's Beidou, GPS, or any one of the other ones. Just the total number means that there's more satellites above you at any one time, therefore decreasing that angle. Right now you can get 98% connectivity up to an angle of about 40 degrees. So that was interesting. We got to use Python in a different way from GIS work. So it's expanded my skills there. I really enjoyed being able to do that, and thanks for the examples to start from. My two stations were the ones that we saw out on the field trip, 0 and 1. It's a couple of overhead shots, and then the diagram showing how they were laid out in the ground there. Mine were right next to each other. There's the Python code to include that. So anybody else that gets this document will be able to process it. And here's some graphs of how I saw the trend go. You can see some data gaps in there. Some of those zip files didn't always upload for me. And then a couple days where apparently something was going on. The GPS, the elevation, you could tell, was coming down over time. So subside, pretty steady decline there. Also, only very little, but it's still a trend. And there we are. That was so much fun. All right, thanks for listening. Happy Halloween.